Today we're diving into the XRP ecosystem, and I'm going to show you some of my hot picks, as well as we're going to discuss exactly why this ecosystem is so undervalued. Why not dive right in? Of course, like the video if you like it, do it super early, and of course share it with a friend. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? One last thing before we dive in, you should also consider joining the Discord, the community right here, because I shared these talks, these plays, this exact discussion in the Discord live. So what are you waiting for? Let's dive right in. So quickly looking at the XRP chart, we notice that in November, roughly the 5th or the 7th of November, that is when XRP and a few other coins started to go parabolic. And there's a major reason, and that's because they are the made in USA blockchains, projects, and people are looking forward to zero capital gains taxes on such products. So let's look at the XRP ecosystem. You see XRPL right now. Look at the total value locked. It is minuscule compared to various other chains. And the protocols, there are so very few protocols. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4. And as a matter of fact, there's really only one that is specific to XRPL, the XRP Ledger. So it's a super undervalued ecosystem. Most people aren't talking about it. Most people just don't even know of its existence. But I can definitely tell you that it's gaining traction. It's gaining more of a trend. People are understanding it more. They see the lawsuit. They see things clearing up. They see that it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that is pretty much unexplored because of all the regulations that kind of stifled it or suppressed it over time. Let's look a little bit deeper into the XRP Ledger ecosystem. And I'm going to show you a few screens, and you're going to see for yourselves just how few tokens there are. And you can look at the market caps if you want over here, and you can also look at the liquidity right here. Very limited amounts. I mean, under 50. Watch. Okay. Some sites might show you 35 or 40. Other sites might show you 40 or 45. They're just so few, okay, essentially. And a lot of them are, maybe pairs that aren't even trading right now, really. Very little activity. So this is not to say that there's nothing going on here. This is just to say that the technology is new and the opportunities are just starting. So when we look at stuff like this, we're looking at smart contracts, and we're looking at how you can trade them on decentralized exchanges. Now, like I said, I'm also going to show you two of my top picks that I'm considering, that I'm looking at, that I would, urge you to do some of your own research on. But there are tons of other ones. But we're looking at things like decentralized exchanges, for lending and borrowing. We're looking at, of course, NFTs. We're considering what's going to happen with AI. We're looking at what's going to happen with so many other areas, real world assets, and so much more. Of course, as we know, XRP is likely going to replace some form of the banking infrastructure, whether it be Swift. We're not entirely sure, but essentially that's what this particular blockchain is focused on. That's what this chain is focusing on, essentially replacing, becoming, improving upon, right? So do your own research on these tokens, and I'm showing you, but I'm showing you this for a reason. And I'm not necessarily picking any one or two that I like so much. It's just a matter until later, I'll show you some that I'm interested in. But for now, I'm just showing you just how few tokens there are, which means it's easier to find a win. It's easier to find utility and what is necessary, relevant within that ecosystem. So look, these are all the top made in USA coins. I've got a couple of screens to show you on this. Of course, XRP is at the top. Solana is pushing up. USDC is essentially a stable coin, so this is not necessarily anything to invest in. It's essentially always going to be $1. But then you have Cardano, you have Avalanche, Chainlink, such and such as we go on. If you actually look at these charts on your own, look at XRP, remember this, look at Cardano, look at Stellar, look at Hedera, and look at Algorand. There may be one more. Look at these for yourself. And on the exact same day, the exact same time, which is roughly November 5th, November 6th, essentially that week, you will see these charts do the exact same trend. They go up by 200 or 300% at the exact same time. This is not a coincidence. So let's dive a little bit more into the XRP ecosystem. As you see, this is the made in USA top tokens. I would definitely keep this on my radar. If you want to do meme coins and other stuff, that's great. Do it. You can find those on XRP as well. Now, let's look a little bit deeper at the top XRP ecosystem tokens. And you'll see, of course, right at the top is going to be XRP. Now we have Sologenic, we have Coreum, and we have a few others. like I said, a few others. There really aren't that many that are actually tracked by CoinMarketCap. As you see, there's a total of 33 tracked over here. And as of course, as of this recording, and of course, this is over on CoinGecko, you'll see the same. There are a few more tokens that are actually tracked. It's about 45. Let's go check. And as you see, 48. Look how many of them here have no activity, no price action. So really, it's just about 45 or 43 or so that are actually being actively traded right now and actively tracked. So this means that there are less targets to approach, making it simpler to make an effective investment decision. Now, I'm going to skip to this part and just show you guys the two that I'm really looking at, and I'll explain to you in short detail why. So the first one is Sologenic. Sologenic is a DEX, but it's more than just a DEX. Of course, it's decentralized applications, but it also has a wallet. So a lot of people are going to be using their wallet, and likely within the wallet, there will be so many integrations for the XRP ecosystem that this wallet is likely to become one of the top wallets that people use mobile. As you see, this automated market maker, quick swaps, NFT marketplace, okay, token hub, something, there's a bridge, an interchain bridge, of course, the DEX. So this is the first one. And I'm going to show you one more detail as to why I think this is pretty bullish. Look at the chart for yourself and look at what's happening over the past, couple of, let's say a few months. Okay. Now, look at the maximum supply, and as you see, it's essentially 100% circulating. So the dilution, the distribution is minimal. Pretty much, it's almost essentially 100% distributed. So do your own research, look at this, and ask yourself what is interesting about this. If it interests you, dive in a little bit deeper. To me, this one is super bullish. It looks bullish. If I look at the markets, I can see that it's not being traded on any major exchanges. It's some top pretty good exchanges, but you could see the liquidity depth is not super high. It doesn't take a great amount of capital for this thing to actually multiply, okay, as you see for yourselves right here. Let's go on to the second one, which, again, I mentioned these at least a year ago in the Discord. So join the Discord if you don't remember exactly where that is to be found. Just click right here and click that link and be sure to get verified. If you have any questions, just simply ask. The next one, of course, is Coreum, or maybe it's Coreum. I think it's Coreum, the world's first super ledger. This is essentially a blockchain. And the funny thing about it, the interesting thing about this is that it actually brings together a couple of ecosystems. So you'll see where this token is actually available to be purchased. And it's going to be available to be purchased on Osmosis, which is in the Cosmos ecosystem, as well as, a couple of other exchanges. My point is, it's kind of bridging liquidity from two different ecosystems. The Cosmos ecosystem, which Osmosis is the top DEX essentially in the Cosmos ecosystem. That's kind of their goal. And I think they'll likely achieve that if they continue to focus on that, because they've recently integrated Bitcoin right into their ecosystem, and it's allowing for much more liquidity to flow in and out. And of course, as you see, again, much like Sologenic, there are very few DEXs, and none of them are really top centralized exchanges, pardon me, and none of them are necessarily top. Well, in this case, this is the DEX, but none of them are top centralized exchanges with any type of major liquidity to make this thing move. It doesn't require that much volume for this actually to multiply. So I would be watching this. Now, the supply is infinite, but we'll get into the details of this, guys, if you want me to talk about Coreum in the future, right? But as you see, this total supply and what's circulating is reasonable right now. And again, this is a whole entire chain, and there's a lot more to be built there. As you can see, if you click on ecosystem, you'll see exactly what they're planning to do. I'm not going to dive into all of it, but I want to dive into this particular section right here. A lot of people are talking about this. We're looking at real world assets, tokenization. This is where, the XRP Ledger is going to shine. Okay. Another cool thing about this project, of course, guys, do your own research. I'm showing you all this stuff, right? But do your own research. And I want to show you that you can even dive into the team for yourselves, do some research to see if this team is strong. And look, everybody's right there, right? You guys do the research on your own. See if this thing looks legit to you. To me, it looks super legit. I think this is going to be a super tough project to ignore, especially for people who are holding XRP. So I'm super down with this, guys. Look, if you want any more of my top picks, follow me over here, right here on X, of course, Justin_Blends. And of course, join the community at the link in this video description. And as always, guys, let's win together. Until next time, take it easy.